Welcome back to Cityline. We are in our final fabulous segment. And with me is somebody that I cannot measure my love and respect for. I am over the moon when it comes to this woman and who she is and what she gives back to this community. I'm talking about Erin Guinup. She is the executive and artistic director of the Tacoma Refugee Choir. Welcome, Erin.
Well, how do I talk after that kind of introduction? Thank you, Amanda.
Well, you're welcome, and we can just thank your parents because they did a great job on you.
Thank you.
Erin, recently the Tacoma Refugee Choir celebrated, and where did the time go? Your fourth birthday, your fourth anniversary of your reason for being. Years ago, did you think that this was going to blossom into what it is today?
I had no idea what I was getting into. I thought we were doing a little project, but once we got in a little bit, we realized that there is magic when you bring a diverse community together. And meeting some of the people that I would have met no other way has changed my life and the way that I look at the world. And I think everyone who's been part of it.
I agree that the snippets of your Facebook postings and when I have had you and several of your members on the comfy couch way back before COVID, there is such love and unity and compassion all braided together. It's this trinity that all of you have that is very palatable. I'm in awe of it. So how are you adjusting now with COVID, Erin?
Well, your family sticks together through hard times. And so that's precisely what we've done is we've continued to meet online, and it's not the same. We really do miss being in person. There's something magical about feeling everyone's energy in the room, but being online has its own kind of magic. And we've, over these last 6 months, we've had some beautiful sharing experiences of tears of joy and laughter. Last night we did a 60-second laugh where everyone just laughed for 60 seconds. It was hysterical. And yeah, right. You start laughing and it just keeps going and going. But just singing together, there's even the song leader is the only one heard, so we can't hear everyone because of latency at this point. Although the technology is getting really close, I'm hoping soon we'll be actually hearing everyone's voices online. But there's power in singing together and talking about the challenges we're going through and in sharing of this time when so many people are isolated. No one's feeling alone in our community because they know that they have at least someone checking up on them. We had someone last night said that they've been in the country 20 years and they didn't know that people would check up on people that are not their blood relatives.
Oh, Erin, woo! I mean, I was laughing a few minutes ago. Now I'm starting to tear up because that's so intimate. And, as you and I have sat and had coffee around Tacoma and talked about the new experiences of these precious souls coming to Tacoma and not even being able to speak English. One of the things that it has just occurred to me is COVID has been a great uniter because it's the one thing that everybody in this choir has in common now. Where before there were many, many experiences that were separate. So now, as this person said, families check up on each other, and yes, they do. Yeah. Erin, if somebody wants to become a member of the Tacoma Refugee Choir family, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, well, especially knowing that there's so many people who need to be connected right now, we're opening up the doors this fall. So we welcome everyone to the choir this fall. And you simply need to go to our website and fill out a small little form, and you'll receive the Zoom link to be able to join us on Tuesday nights. But we know that a lot of people need this community right now. And so regardless of what station or status or background or what have you, you're welcome.
Oh, beautifully said as the mother of the big family. I love that. So speaking of looking at this from a global perspective, because that's what our refugees are, there is a National Welcoming Week celebration coming up here on September 12th to 20th. Tell us about that. And then Erin, also tell us, what does that mean to you?
Yeah. So Welcoming Week was the very first event we were part of back in our founding back in 2016. And so it's always been a special point for me. The Commission for Immigrant and Refugee Affairs has organized this year's palette of events, and there's some really wonderful events that are taking place by a number of organizations. But for me, the theme is creating home together this year, and I just love that idea about creating home, creating a family, which is precisely what our work is about. Because when you have family backing you up, you can get through the hard stuff.
Yes, and regardless of where your family is, because for many of these choir members, they have left their family behind. And some of them, as you shared with me in previous conversations, may never see those families, those blood families again. So this is another reminder that family comes in many, many forms, doesn't it, Erin?
Yes, indeed.
There is a free virtual watch party on PBS on September 17th. Okay, I want to know what this is because I've got to tune in.
Absolutely. So we're really thrilled to be in partnership with KBTC and Meaningful Movies to show a movie called Strangers in Town. It's a really beautiful movie about a community in Kansas and how they welcomed and we'll show the movie, and then we have the director of the movie coming on for a panel discussion along with several members of the choir afterwards to talk about what our community can be doing to make this space more welcoming.
Oh gosh, I just had this bubble in my head say, I wish that the Grand Cinema was able to host you, but we're going to put that a bee in our bonnet because as we come out of COVID, that's the next move for a documentary than to have, and then also have refugee choir members on stage taking questions. Yeah. Boy, I sure would show up for that.
Well, and so people can sign up for this event on our website so that they get, again, the link. But this is something that we're exploring doing more of. So if people are interested in doing, please show up on the 17th and help us know that this is something that's useful for the community.
I love that. Miss Erin, before I ask you what you have in the hopper for fall, I want to ask you, are these members, are they volunteer members?
Yeah, the members of the choir are all members of the choir because they want to be there. They feel they come for different reasons, but we hope that they leave feeling connected to one another and that they feel supported and that they find joy in the music, that they learn something, that they feel like they are able to be an advocate for causes that are important at this time. We see ourselves as being at this intersection of arts and inclusion and advocacy, and we really want to help our members be the leaders in the community that they can be.
Absolutely. I mean, they are international ambassadors here in Tacoma, and it's just amazing to rub shoulders with them. So what are you thinking about for this fall? What has kept you up at nighttime thinking, I want to do this?
Well, I know that I am happiest when I sing, and I know that a lot of people feel that way. And so part of our goal is to create more opportunities for people to sing, even in a time where it's very difficult to gather together. So we're starting a partnership with the Tacoma schools with the music programs there to help students sing together. It's an all-district teen choir that will be starting, and we're really excited about the opportunity to help teenagers process everything that's going on through music, which is one of the best mediums for teenagers to be able to share emotions. So we're excited about that program. We also got some funding from the Tacoma Pierce County Health Department to do some culturally grounded public health messaging and community engagement surrounding COVID. So we're going to be creating some songs and programs that use music to bring people together and share important public health information, and hopefully get COVID down enough so that we can start meeting in person again soon.
Well, if anybody can do it, the Tacoma Refugee Choir can, because what the work that you did around the census was amazing. I loved watching that. So I am so happy to hear that Tacoma is smart enough to pick up these voices and let them spread the message in the way that they do best, and that's singing. Erin, who do we need to thank in these last few minutes? Because you continue, and you being the whole collective choir, continue to thrive. And I know that nobody does it alone. So who is the wind beneath your wings?
Well, we are grateful to so very many people, but I especially want to take this opportunity to thank Tacoma Creates and the taxpayers who've supported that, because that's really made a big difference to our organization, and also Bamford Foundation and donors. We have an event on November 14th, which is a fundraiser, and we really appreciate the community support. It makes a very big difference in being able to move this work forward and help these leaders start to emerge in our community through the gift of music.
Erin, you know I love you with my whole being. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to be here and for all that you do. And I can't wait for the moment that I get to have you back on the comfy couch and get to hear you hit one of those high G Disney notes again.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Take care of you and yours, all right?
Thank you.
Well, that wraps up another great segment of Cityline. It is always truly my pleasure and my privilege to be in your home, Zooming from my kitchen. Well, it's happening. We are starting to flatten the curve, but we are not done yet. So continue to wear your mask and wash your hands and socially distance, but remember not to emotionally distance. Reach out, love your neighbors, love your family. And when we come back, as always, I'll be waiting for you to love on you here at Cityline. Take care.
Matter